Right. 3, 2, 1, action.
Hey guys, it's the Mid3 podcast. Three Middle Easterns talk about anime. I am Karim, and we have our resident hater Ahmed, and our Segway King MK. MK, you want to start us off with the topics we're gonna be talking about, or the?
Yes, definitely. So, we wanted to start off a little lighthearted today with a quick round of 21 questions. I've picked a character, and Karim and Ahmed will work together to guess. And now we have 21 questions.
Alright,
Go.
let's start off with basic shit. Is it male?
He is male.
Male. Okay.
Who's counting questions?
I'm counting. I'm writing him down.
Oh, okay.
By the way, last time, every time you were like, "Oh, there's no way we're on this question," we were on this question. I was right every time. Anyway,
Is it
wait. Let's talk to each other. What do we want to ask? We want to ask big questions, big generalizing questions at first.
A new or old anime?
Don't let him control you, Karim. You're your own independent
Shut the
man.
fuck
Ask whatever
up. Shut
you
the
want.
fuck up. No one asking you. You're just here to provide answers. Don't talk.
Yeah, we're just communicating as a team, you know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a
you
good question. Ask
manipulate.
it.
Wait, what do you say? What did
No one cares what he said. All right, ask it, Kitty.
Okay. Is it a new anime? A more recent anime?
If we're talking release date, no.
Okay, it's Hunter. Is it Hunter?
No.
So it's an ongoing anime for a long time.
Oh, it could be One Piece.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask
Or
it?
it could be. Is it One Piece?
It is One Piece.
All right. It was one or the other. All right.
Okay.
I don't understand why you thought it was Hunter.
Because it's
Hunter would just be no.
why? What did you say for that question?
Because
You said not
he
old
said,
release
is it
date.
new?
I mean, you said old release
No, I
date,
said
but
if
not.
it's yeah,
Yeah,
but not an
it's
old anime. Hunter's
it's-
old in both senses.
isn't it relatively new? Like the remake.
No, it ended in like 2014.
I don't know what
It's been
old
11
is.
years.
Old, I'm thinking Dragon
11 years?
Ball. I'm thinking Cowboy Bebop.
I'm just thinking long running.
No, we are old.
All right. So
Okay. Anyways, question. Karim. Yes.
How can we generalize?
Wait, it's
One
my turn.
Piece? Oh, true. Okay.
I asked
Well,
male. You
we should
asked
ask,
the
like,
release
it's-
date. I asked Hunter. You asked One Piece. My turn.
I would say we want to ask like if it's a character from. You haven't watched post time skip, right? So it has to be a pre time skip character.
No,
Actually, no, but
because
you
I
do
do
know
know
characters
characters post time skip. Should we ask if it's
well, you
like a good
Pirate?
hearted character or a not good hearted character?
I'm gonna tell you not to ask that question.
Okay, I won't ask that question.
I think we should ask if it's.
I almost just want to ask if it's Rockstar.
I do as well. But okay, so ask if it's a pirate first. Let's ask if it's a pirate.
Is this a pirate?
No.
Not a pirate.
Not a pirate. Okay.
Maybe the king of pirates. Maybe
King of Pirates is
Rockstar.
a pirate.
King of Pirates is still a pirate, by the way.
I don't really know what to
okay.
ask about One Piece. Should we ask if it's a devil fruit user?
Not a pirate. Yeah, that's a good question as well. Is it a devil fruit user?
It is a devil fruit user.
So a pirate, that's a devil. Not a pirate.
Not a
that's
pirate.
devil.
Should we ask if it's a marine?
We should ask if it's a marine. Yeah. Let's see.
Is it a marine?
Narrow it down.
He is a marine.
I
Ahmed,
don't
do you know a
know.
lot of marines.
I know 6 marines.
Okay, what are they?
I know the three big dudes.
Oh, the admirals. Okay, they
Yeah,
all have.
I know.
That is their official job title.
Smoker. I
He has a
know
devil
pink hair guy who doesn't have a devil fruit, and
Yeah,
I know
probably
Garp who doesn't have a devil fruit. So that's literally all
Okay,
the
is it-
Marines I know. So we could just go
Yeah, we
ask
can,
those four dudes, and if it's not them, MK is disqualified.
Is it an admiral?
It is not an admiral.
Not an admiral. Okay,
Is
is it Smoker?
It is Smoker.
It is Smoker.
Wow, you're really
I think I don't think it was a bad Toyo questions. I think we just did well.
Yeah,
We like every question we asked, cut everything in half. I think.
I feel like I was too helpful when I said relatively, or I said the release date.
Yeah,
thing. I should have just said no.
I would have said Smoker was a good-hearted guy because of the ice cream scene.
True. Yeah, he has a good heart.
You see, that's up for debate. That's a whole.
Yeah, fair
that's
enough.
a whole
Yeah,
topic.
that's
Is
tough,
Smoker
that's
a good guy? Or is he not a good guy?
You should have said
No,
I don't know.
Why? Wait, why is Smoker good-hearted up the debate? Akainu good-hearted. Now that is definitely a no. But Smoker is a pretty good-hearted guy.
Well, that was a quick 21 question, so maybe we'll do another one at the end, depending on how much time this next thing takes.
And if anyone can think of a character, then we'll.
Nah,
we'll do
Karim,
another
it's your
one.
turn. You got to think of a character, bro.
Oh, okay. I'll try to think of one throughout. We'll just keep
All right. Let me introduce our next segment. So there is a TikTok trend. It's probably not that big of a trend, but I've seen it quite a bit. It's not fully anime. It's just fiction in general. But what you do is you take a character trait, put it in the middle of the screen, and then you get all the characters that you like or that you think best fit this character trait, and you make a little collage of them. But also you have the one you think fits the most in the middle. And this song plays, and I'll probably make this TikTok after this. So what we have is we made a list of some of those character traits, and we have some of the characters that we think fit in here. We did more than one because we're probably gonna have a bunch of duplicates. Like the first one that we're starting with, I think we all have the same person on this. The character trait is freedom. Let's start with Karim. Karim, who do you think?
I mean, I wonder who would I pick for? I pick Luffy. Actually, I picked Luffy, but
Give us your first, for your first pick. Is all our first picks Luffy?
Yep, that's my first pick.
Yeah, all our first picks Luffy. Okay,
You can't hear freedom and not think.
Yeah, it's probably the best representation of freedom. All right, Karim, give us your second one.
All right, my second one, I did get spoiled a little bit, but it doesn't have much to do with the spoiler. I kind of think it anyways, but actually, I actually can't say my second one. It's actually a spoiler for a series that we watch, so I can't say. So let me go to my next one.
What series is it? What series is it?
It's if I give the series away, that's also a spoiler for the series, by the way. So I can't.
Is it Attack on Titan?
It is, yes. It's
How is that? How is that a spoiler?
I don't know. I just think.
Is it Eren and he wants freedom? That's fine.
Okay, then
that's
Eren.
not a spoiler. That's pretty obvious.
Okay,
I don't know if I spoiler.
I thought about it.
I'm just scared because I know it's Ahmed's favorite series. So
no, that's fine.
Hesitant around.
I've already been spoiled a little. It's fine.
Okay, I think Eren is a character that I would put that represents freedom pretty well as well. I think that's one thing.
MK, you want to go?
Mine is pretty wild because I didn't want to go with because since I went with Luffy, I knew we all had Luffy. So I went with a very left field answer. I went with Frieren.
Frieren?
Interesting.
How so?
Can you explain?
Yeah, because Frieren, all she really wants to do, all she's done since they defeated the Demon Lord, is just kind of chill. She just wants to chill, do whatever the fuck she wants. She's just roaming around. Hey, Frieren, can you train Fern? Nah, I don't want to. Please, nah, I don't feel like she's just a chill. She's just free. She just wants to chill.
I feel
and then when they go on this grand adventure, what's the point of this grand adventure? It's because she wants to go see Himmel again. She's just doing whatever the fuck she wants. She's just free.
Kind of, but I feel like Frieren is really tied down by a quest and a thing she has to do.
Not for the majority.
Like she has to go do a magic test. She has to go train this bitch. She has to go find a frontline guy. She has to go do this and this, and she keeps having to come up with money because they're broke. I do think she is free from the concept of time, which is very cool. But I don't know how free she actually is.
Yeah, because she does think she
But
doesn't
everything
want
that
to,
she's doing,
yeah.
everything that she's doing, all these minor things that she's doing that she doesn't want to do, she's doing to reach the ultimate goal that she chose. Like nobody's
I
like,
guess.
it's not like, oh, Freeran, you have to go to. No, she
I
wants
think
to
if
go to that
Freerun was
North Face. She
free,
wants.
she
It's
would
her
just
I don't
goal.
think
sleep
that's to
all
reach
day,
her
every
ultimate
day.
goal. What's her ultimate goal?
That's what she did for the majority of time, and then she was like, you know what, I want to go see him, and then
No. She literally just wants to collect scrolls, right? Seeing Himmel was just something I was
Oh,
technically.
and he's frozen. He's
Are you
back.
back?
He's back.
Oh, he
Alright.
is back.
Freeran, not a bad pick, but I don't know about it.
Yeah,
My
I-
third pick
Yeah.
is from League of Legends. I think it's a character that
Oh.
fits freedom very well.
Interesting.
Silas.
Silas.
Silas,
that's really good.
the unchained, but still
Literally-
chained.
Can you explain Silas's lore a little bit, just in case?
So Silas is a character from League of Legends. He's a mage that was born into a mage racist country, and they imprisoned him after a bunch of shit happened. And then he broke out basically, and now he's leading the mage resistance against the mage racist country, and all he wants is freedom. And his signature line when you pick him, "No more cages," because he's
Oh, yeah,
no longer in a cage.
He literally is completely against cages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely against cages.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Oh,
I like-
he was tied down with magic stopping chains, and he kept the chains on his wrists because now they're his weapon. He's using the chains that he was chained down with to fight them with. Sick as fuck.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It's like a symbol, you know.
Yeah.
It's like symbolism there. That's really cool.
very cool. The
Yeah.
pick of that. Very cool.
Alright.
I like.
Second trait is loyalty. All right, what's the character that we all have?
All right, let me.
We all have a character for loyalty here.
I would think.
I mean, my next one was. Okay.
I don't
You
know.
guys want
This wasn't obvious to me.
Yeah, we could.
Okay,
Guys, on the
MK,
altruism?
you start off.
No, you start off. I want to know what your
I start
obvious
off? Okay.
answer is.
I thought we
No,
were all gonna
I'll-
put down. No, you started last time. Let me do this.
Zoro. Oh, okay.
Oh wait, what did you say?
I said Zoro.
Yeah, I put down Zoro. I thought we were all gonna pick
Oh,
Zoro for loyalty.
I put down Zoro. Okay,
See, it
I put
was
down
obvious.
Zoro. Okay.
What?
I
You
didn't
all
think
this
it was
fucking
obvious.
run around the bushes for no reason.
I thought
why
about
are
it for a bit. I'm like, but
You
Well,
weren't
yeah,
special,
Zoro's
bro.
just-
Zoro
he's
was an
just a
obvious
guy.
one.
He's just that guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's just a
I
loyal.
mean,
loyal boy.
who wants to give us a little rundown of Zoro for those unaware somehow?
I mean, Zoro.
I don't think there are any people who are unaware.
Our non-anime watchers, which are my parents and Aaron, are only watchers of this podcast. Who is Zoro, guys?
I can give like a very brief description about why he's loyal. So
Yeah.
Zoro is someone who was offered to join the crew by Luffy. Well, not really offered. Luffy kind of just said, "Hey, I'll
Forced
save
him
you,
into
but
it.
you join my crew." He's like, "Okay, I'll join your crew." And then Zoro kind of just told Luffy, "You know, I'll join your crew, but I'm gonna do my own thing. And if you ever get in the way of that, I'm breaking out. I'm breaking out of this agreement, right?" But over time, he got so attached, right, like to Luffy's dream and who Luffy is as a person, that he, at one point in the story, was ready to abandon his grand dream that he was so attached to, just to save Luffy and help Luffy into achieving his dream. That's why I think Zoro is the most loyal. That's kind of who Zoro is as a person.
Good
Anyone want to
rundown.
add to that?
He's also really cool.
Yeah, he's sick as fuck.
He's pretty cool. as well.
Sword guy, big sword guy. All right. Who wants to go with their second pick?
I also have quite a left field pick here, so
Alright,
tell
give
me
us.
like I could go last.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
let's go
sure,
now.
I'll go
I don't
first.
think any of us are
Again-
gonna have the same
again.
second pick.
Again, I wanted to go really out of the box because Zoro is One Piece, obvious. So I went with Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh, and I will explain why.
Yugi.
He had an ancient Egyptian god possess him whenever he played a card game, and yet he still helped him, like to go back to his life and collect all the pieces instead of just saying, "Hey, just someone exorcise this Egyptian god out of me."
I don't know.
And they were just friends.
I think Yugi liked the attention he got from having an Egyptian god possess him. He also liked the inches he grew when he turned into him.
But it wasn't him anymore. Now, see, now we're getting into this severance anymore. Is it him? Is it not him?
True.
But
I was real confused watching as a kid, if I'm honest. Like, now that you think about it, like, Yugi isn't actually a part of the show, really. Like, most of the time.
He's not. He's not.
He's really just he's just a vessel.
Just attempt.
And yet, even though he's a vessel, he was loyal to Yami throughout the entire process. He helped him with his goals. He helped him go back to his time. We should all aspire
talk about how that we didn't know his name was Yami for the longest time, and they just called him the Pharaoh or some shit.
Isn't
Oh, is it? Okay, because like I remember the last thing, the way to free him from the puzzle was to figure out his actual name, and I'm pretty sure it was Yami.
They called him Yami.
Oh, they called him Yami?
No, his actual name was.
I don't remember what it is.
I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember the Yugi lore.
Yeah. Okay. Good pick. Kareem, do you want to go?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go with Pikachu from Pokemon. I think Pikachu is
okay. That's a good
great pick.
I thought about it, but I was like, let's not go with two obvious ones. But I'm glad someone picked it.
Excellent pick.
I don't know if I really need to explain this, but you know, one of the most iconic scenes in anime, cartoon, animation in general is when Ash was being attacked by the group of Spearows, and Pikachu jumped in after all the shit they've been through to help rescue Ash. I think that was one of the most iconic scenes. It really shows Pikachu's loyalty.
That was the beginning of Pikachu's loyalty. All right. My second pick, I don't think you guys know this. It's Rem from ReZero. Blue hair.
We tried watching that show.
The first episode. What do you mean, bro? Like
we tried. It was so hard to watch. The first episode was so hard to watch.
Who's Rem?
Rem is the blue-haired half-devil girl.
Okay. Yeah.
The maid. She is very loyal to someone. I don't really want to spoil it anymore. But yeah, she's very loyal. There's also another very loyal character in there that I forget the name of, which I also can't talk about because that's spoiler too. But yeah, I'm going to say Rem, very loyal, 2A character. That's all I can say without spoiling. All right, third trait, I could only figure out one character for, to be honest. Leadership is the trait. Who wants to start us off?
I mean, I feel like there's one very obvious. Like
there's one very obvious one. I think that I picked. It's Erwin from Attack on Titan.
Yes, that is the obvious.
That man could lead me to war.
I feel like,
and I would follow.
Honestly, I had Erwin and I had Luffy, and I thought both were obvious.
Luffy's kind of lame. I like Luffy can lead me to a fucking bowl of beans. I wouldn't follow that guy. Anyway, it's too stupid.
You wouldn't, sure, but he's gotten everyone in the past 1,100 episodes to follow him. Exactly, like his only trait is people like him and follow him. That's literally his only trait.
Yeah, but I think they like him because of bad writing, which I will not be susceptible to. I don't think Luffy's a good leader.
He's a charismatic guy, bro. When I was young, I really wanted to be on the strats. I still want to be on the strats, bro.
He's charismatic to children.
Luffy's a great leader. When you fuck with one of his people, you fuck with him, and that's a sign of a great leader.
No, the reason he wants to be Pirate King
I don't think he's a good leader.
He
wants to be free. I don't think that means a good leader. He's not very responsible. Not very smart.
What he represents. I mean, yeah, he's not smart.
He's not very sure. Yes, exactly. He's not smart and he's not responsible, but he is
kind of
good enough of a leader.
The two most important traits for a leader, I would say.
No. You know what is actually the most important trait for a leader?
What's that?
To know what traits you're missing so you can get people who have those. So he's not responsible, he's not smart, but he's good enough of a leader to know he's not
smart to do that.
Get people to do that. And he does have that kind of responsible. He knows what he's missing.
To then get these people.
No, he's done that. He's done that.
His charisma gets everyone together, those kinds of people together to achieve the common goal.
And he's like, now we have the best possible team.
There's gonna be a bit of an issue when I'm making this TikTok. Is usually you have 3 or 4 or 5 even. We have 2 in each one of these. Almost. We have a lot of overlap. I think we have 3 at most. But anyway, what other leaders did you guys both have? Erwin and Luffy.
I had Erwin and Luffy. I don't know.
Kareem?
Kareem had.
I just had Luffy.
Oh my god.
Well, I just have Luffy.
Our next strength.
Well, we could also just
if I
talk
see
about
Luffy again, by the way, I'm gonna call this segment right there. So if you have it
You
right
have
now,
optimism.
go switch it out.
Are-
I'm not gonna get a
are we
bunch of
doing
pictures of Luffy just
optimism
put
at
it to
all?
make a TikTok out of him.
Are we doing optimism trait at all or no?
No, we're not.
Because if we are, okay.
Our next trait is strength. Who wants to go first?
I
think
can go
we're gonna
for
have the
with
same
both or
too.
just one of them. We might.
Just give me two, bro. Just give
I
me
have a
two.
very lame answer. I have a very lame
Mine
answer.
are Goku and Saitama.
Okay, wait, that's two complete different ones than what I had.
Oh,
Yeah, I
cool.
thought about
I thought that was
Saitama.
pretty obvious. I mean, they're
I thought about Saitama, but
Saitama's
no.
just
So
the
see,
strongest,
Goku isn't
and-
just strongest. I think that would be Brawly or something. I think Goku is like the highest battle IQ, the most resilient. Like, I don't think he's like the straight out strongest. Is what I thought.
I don't know. In a 1v1, I take Goku
Yeah, well,
against
a 1v1
most
doesn't
people.
just count in strength.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see. Like who
Yeah, I
represents
Pikachu beat
guess-
Raichu.
in that-
Pikachu ain't stronger than
Who-
Raichu. Pikachu faster than Raichu.
who represents strength in that series, like strength as a whole
Yeah.
in that series. So, like for
I
example,
had
One
another
Piece
pick
is
for
actually
strength, but I ignored it
Mine
because
is
I
the
assumed Kareem
gorilla.
was gonna pick it.
No, it's not.
Nah.
So, okay, MK, what did you have? Let's talk about your picks before we move on. Saitama and Goku.
Yeah, so
Saitama, I think, is a pretty
Saitama's
obvious
pretty
one.
obvious.
One Punch Man, he kills everyone
And-
with one punch.
Yeah, and Goku, I don't know. Whenever and I guess I don't know. Maybe that's just because we thought about strength differently. But whenever, for the longest time, whenever I thought strongest anime character, the answer was always Goku. Like when I read strength, immediately my brain jumped.
I was
Goku.
thinking
It
the
is
most
Goku. He's
vascular.
always-
You know, the most. If they're pushing against each other, who's gonna win? You know, I'm not thinking. Oh, if they're
I still
battling,
think. I still think.
you still think.
I still think
you're not
Goku
pushing Broly
would
out the
find
way.
Find it in him and go and take the strength of all the Saiyans before him to go Super
Hi,
Saiyan
that's
26
resilient.
and push him.
26.
I see what you
He'll
mean.
push you.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sailor Moon can beat Goku, but can Sailor Moon beat Goku in an arm wrestling challenge? No, she
No.
can't. But she's
No.
stronger than Goku.
That's
So
what I'm
I
talking
think
about.
Goku, if you
Actually,
If-
no.
if
I
we're
don't
talking-
even know.
even if
Sailor
we're
Moon
talking-
she might be able to beat Goku in the arm wrestling challenge.
If we're talking-
I just
if we're talking in like straight arm wrestling, I still think Goku will find it in himself to beat 99.9% of all other characters.
Fair enough.
He'll find a way
No, he'll lose and then go practice up and come win. That's not the same.
and then win. Sure, same, but he'll
So
eventually
he
find a way.
has the highest potential strength, but he's not the strongest right now.
We'll make a new arc out of it. Dragon Ball
Arm
XYZ,
wrestling.
where he just goes to train for a bit and he comes back.
Dragon Ball Black and White. All right, Kareem,
Yes,
who's your
I like
first
someone
pick?
from Dragon Ball that I wonder in Dragon Ball who would be their. I mean, who other than Goku would be the representation of strength on Dragon Ball?
Mm,
I don't really have another answer for that. And I've watched Super. I'm keeping up with like
I don't know shit
some of the
about
manga.
Dragon Ball these days,
I have no
or
idea.
past days, to be honest. Most of my
I
Dragon
like
Ball knowledge is from the game.
Little bits.
What about Superman? Superman, I think.
I think Superman was a really good strength one, but I kept this one anime because I had a lot of anime picks.
Yeah.
And
Kareem,
Superman
I'm
comes out later for me.
99.9% sure you're gonna pick the obvious One Piece answer, but if you're not, I could say
What's your first pick, Kareem?
Whitebeard?
no.
Wait, what are we doing? What are you talking about? Strength? Wait, what are we talking?
Yeah, we're still
Yeah.
doing strength, Kareem. What's your
Sure,
first pick?
yeah.
Superman.
Oh, Superman. Okay. I didn't know that was your pick.
Oh, that was
I thought you were
okay.
just thinking.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I was like,
I thought you were just
something
thinking.
like
Yeah.
Superman. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Good
I
pick.
thought about
It
it,
is a good pick.
but I was like, I have a bunch of anime. Let me stick with anime, which leads me into my
Oh,
first pick.
Wait, Kareem, what? Wait,
Well,
Kareem, do you
Goku and
not have a
Whitebeard,
One Piece pick here?
I mean, One Piece. Okay, they represent strength in the world, but we're talking about strength as a whole in anime, right? Like in fiction.
Yes.
We're just thinking of characters
Represent-
that represent
You don't-
strength.
Okay, well, I guess Kareem isn't getting this. Sure, you say your first one.
Represent-
My
okay,
first pick
Maybe I misunderstood.
is All Might. because
All Might's a good pick.
that man is vascular.
Yeah,
That man is
he's more of
strong.
a symbol.
And then he represents.
Yeah.
He says he represents peace. I don't think so. He just represents strength that's
No,
strong
but
enough
here-
to scare the villain.
No, you're right though. He's
Fair.
a symbol of peace because villains are too scared to mess with him
Mhm.
because he's so strong.
Yep.
That's why he's a symbol of peace.
And I just think he looks strong.
So-
he represents strength. He's cool as fuck.
No. One of the whole
what's
plot
your
points around
second?
All Might was he doesn't want people to see his state when he's not like buffing because
Yeah.
that would take away from
Yeah.
what he represents, which is the strength.
Kareem, what's your second pick?
I'm not gonna go with Goku anymore, but if I'm gonna go with One Piece, it's Whitebeard. That would represent strength because Whitebeard.
Okay, let's
Okay,
debate here
let me-
because I almost wrote Kaido and I didn't because I thought you were gonna go Kaido. They literally say in a straight 1v1, no one can beat Kaido. They literally say that.
No, but
And
can
the
you
reason
say
I think
there's
he's
a
by
lot
far-
of
hold on,
glaze?
hold
There's a
on.
lot of Kaido glaze.
Wait.
on, okay.
But the reason I think Kaido's just flat out the strongest is because take out and because like you know how in anime there's always like but with this power system he has the best blah blah blah. Take out Haki, take out Devil Fruits, 1v1 Kaido still beats the fuck out of almost all other anime characters.
I
Like,
agree
for
with you.
the first time
Out of
Kaido and
anime
Luffy fought,
characters,
he
all
didn't do
anime
it.
characters
Yes.
without any power or like powers.
Nothing. But the first time Kaido and Luffy fought, Kaido didn't even turn into anything or use Haki at all, and Luffy was like gear 4, and he knocked the fuck out of him easily, one swing.
I see what you mean by representation.
You tell me
of
this guy
strength
beats
being-
Goku without using any powers.
But here's the thing: Kaido in One Piece wasn't as
If you take away the power scaling of the Dragon Ball universe and the power scaling of the One Piece universe, and you just put them in front of each other, no Super Saiyan, no nothing, no
I'm not
Haki,
getting
no
into power
dragons.
scaling. This shit is
Kaido
stupid.
fights. Kaido is.
I mean, if
I'm
we're-
not getting
if,
into
okay, If we're talking strictly, who represents strength better in their world? Kaido does represent some portion of strength, but Whitebeard. The reason I'm going with Whitebeard is because when Whitebeard died, right? What happened around the world? It went into turmoil because he was the kingpin. He was the kingpin with his strength, holding people from doing things that they're not supposed to in general, right? But when Kaido died, what
Yeah,
happened?
but that
It's not the same
again,
effect.
I feel like it's not, but I feel like that's different because of their personalities. It's not because of that
No, but-
Whitebeard was stronger. It's because Whitebeard used his strength for good to protect
Yeah, that's
people.
what I was
so
gonna
he
say.
died, things went
That
to
just
shit.
means he was
Kaido
influential.
did.
I don't think it means he was stronger.
Yeah. Kaido just wanted to build an army. He doesn't give a shit about saving other people or
Okay,
saving
I
islands.
see what you mean. I agree then. I agree. Kaido would probably be a better representation of strength than Whitebeard. I agree. I guess Whitebeard would be more influential than.
I feel like you're right about the glaze, but like they make it so easy to pick him. Like the strong.
They
Also,
say no one could ever
I was a little
beat him.
confused when you guys said Kaido. I was thinking of a different character.
Oh,
I was thinking
Who are you
Akainu.
thinking of?
Oh, a
Oh
Kaido.
no.
Yeah.
No, he's
Kaido's a little
representing
bitch.
something
Kaido's
else.
a little bitch.
He represents a little something else. Yeah. I mean, I would say okay. If we go to something else,
My
Talk
last.
about it.
Wait,
Okay,
Kareem, that
let's
was your
go.
second pick. My second pick. I thought MK was gonna pick this
I
one.
just played twice on this pick, Goku and Whitebeard. Not pick Kaido. I don't have.
My last pick is Gojo. I mean, the undisputed
Gojo.
glaze
It's
the reason I
strong
didn't-
character.
Yeah. But the reason I didn't pick Gojo is because Gojo's not strong. Gojo is better than you in every way, but he's not strong.
No,
Oh,
see,
you mean
he's
like hack.
like,
his
That's
power
hack.
is hacks. Yeah. He's just got the
True,
strongest
but, like,
power
I
for
didn't-
no
I don't-
reason.
But I don't think of it as strength. I think of it as he's just above us. Like he's just transcended us.
Well, that's
But,
stronger
if
still.
if I arm wrestle Gojo, I could potentially win if he doesn't use his infinite void. But like I could, like
Yeah,
Gojo's
I
not
gave
strong.
one strength as in like actual like strength, and then this one as in like symbolic strength. This guy is just like the
Yeah,
strongest,
fair.
most glazed character I've ever seen in my life, because he can do
Rightfully-
everything for no reason,
Rightfully so.
and everything can maybe stop someone except
Rightfully
for
so.
Gojo. It can this can do this except for
No,
Gojo.
the amount of glaze, but Sukuna gets a lot of glaze. Why not?
No
Sukuna?
one gets as near as glazed as Gojo.
No. Gozo glazes
Sukuna
his
gets,
next level.
Sukuna gets a lot of glaze. Sukuna gets a
He
lot
does
of
not.
glaze.
Even when he was talking to his curse buddies, and they were like, "Could Sakuna beat Gojo right now?" No, he couldn't. How many fingers
Wait,
does
really?
Sakuna need to fight Gojo? All 20.
Yeah, but if he has all 20, Gojo.
Yeah,
See, the thing is, whenever
Gojo's
Sukuna
never seen an
appears,
infinite
everyone always
life,
heals.
bro.
No, because they're scared. Okay. If
People
Sukuna
are
has 20
saying
fingers,
if
he
you
beats
have
Gojo.
all your strength, you can stand up against Gojo. They don't say you can beat Gojo. And Gojo's never had an if in his life. Never been a doubt. And this guy gets powers out the ass for no reason. This guy's got infinity, he's got blue, he's got red, he's got purple. He's got the whole fucking color spectrum. He can do whatever he wants.
I guess.
He can
Gojo
teleport.
would get it.
Yeah, we're just glazing over that he teleported one time in the show just for fun. He put a circle down and showed up in Brazil or some shit. You don't give a fuck. And it's like not even a power that we talked about. You just can do that.
Can't you?
I can't say I can't. Well, that was
So
fun.
our next topic.
That was a fun one. Our next strength. Our next trait. Our next trait is genius. Now I think we're gonna all have.
There's an obvious
Can I go first with this because he's also my favorite.
Wait! Before
character.
you go first with this, MK, what are the obvious ones?
L. Okay.
I don't know if it's reversed.
That's me. That's. No, I don't know. Maybe it's reversed.
This is right for me, but I think
L.
this is right for the camera. I picked L as well.
L is the most obvious one.
All right. Karim, did you pick L? I don't think you did.
No.
I
picked
what's your first?
Shikamaru represents genius really
I
well.
thought about it.
Also,
that's a good pick.
He's also my favorite Naruto character. I think, but that's for
Shikamaru.
Shikamaru is Naruto's best friend in Naruto. He is very smart. He's very lazy. He's very cool. He's probably the best written character in the show, to be honest.
He's definitely the best written character.
He's not strong by any means, but he's just the strongest, and he happens to lead them just because he's the smartest, not the strongest. Sorry, the smartest.
Yeah, he is everything he gets through in the war. He does things that people at his level should not be able to do at all.
And like
beating Akatsuki members just because he's so smart. Like he's able.
And
to
the best Naruto episode is a Shikamaru episode, by the way. Just saying. You can. I don't know if I talked about this before, but you can tell a Naruto episode is going to be good by the first 2 frames of animation because they're just like a different team is animating them. They're like, this is supposed to be a good episode. You guys take this one. We'll do some filler shit. Instantly, just by the fucking screen rendering in, you could tell it's a better episode. And the best episode was the Shikamaru episode where he avenged Asuma's death, where he trapped the Akatsuki guy. Who there's an Akatsuki guy, by the way, who doesn't die. MK Shikamaru trapped him forever. This guy is still trapped to this day in Boruto. No one knows where. He's just trapped underground somewhere because of Shikamaru's like crazy plan. It was some L type shit. It was like, oh, now he can do this shit. How are we gonna stop him? Shikamaru's like, I planned for this shit. Here's the new trap. And then like it kept going on and on like 3 times until he landed in the final trap and got sealed away. She was crazy. Also, just the most emotionally full character on like an actual human emotional spectrum. His relationship with his dad, such good writing. Such good writing. Like, don't watch Naruto. Watch that episode. Fantastic.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Who wants to go second? Do you guys want me to go second? It's a character you guys don't know though.
That was your pick that I was talking about. I haven't even said my. Oh wait, me and MK glazed over our first pick. MK, what's your second pick?
Yeah, my second pick is Norman from Promised Neverland.
That's a good pick.
I don't know who that is.
That's a good pick. I thought about it.
For a child of his age, he very smart man.
Very smart.
What does he do that represents? What does he do that represents? Like,
he outsmarts everyone, creates plans. It's really hard to talk about specifics without spoiling the show.
Yeah.
He just he has knowledge of like physics type shit, and then he applies it to his plans for them to succeed in a very creative way.
By the way, you should watch Promised Neverland. See, at least season 1.
That's true.
I mean, there's only one.
Well, only one season. Only ever been one season.
Some people pretend there's a second season.
No, it doesn't. It never happened. It's a knockoff. I
I
actually
heard about
I
it.
think that would have been my second pick, but I picked a funny second pick just to be different because I thought we would pick the same thing, me and MK. My second pick is a Naruto pick, Toby Rama,
The second
the second
Hokage.
Hokage. So
Why?
MK Toby Rama he's the what's that fucking clan called? I forget. The
Senju.
no, he's from the Central Clan. What's the fucking Sasuke clan? I
Uchiha?
forget. Uchiha, yeah, he's the Uchiha racist. He was the only one to see the
Is that why
Uchiha
you
for
think
what
he's
they.
smart?
That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons because he was the only person to see through how fucking evil the Uchiha just fucking are. It's in their blood, bro. If people had just done what he said, the world would have been in
Sasuke's just
peace.
fine. What do you
The
mean?
world would have been in
Sasuke-
fucking peace. Sasuke is not fine. Sasuke fucking is the issue to the whole show.
No.
Sasuke was
Sasuke
fucking-
was an issue because of what the clan members were trying to do.
Exactly.
But
The
him as a
clan
child, he
was no
completely
good, bro.
innocent.
All the clan
No,
does
but-
is lead us to evil and despair. The clan is
I'm
evil.
not entertaining this take, but this is
Toby
this
Rama was
take
right.
everyone gets
Toby
wrong.
Rama was
Ahmed
right.
is
If
sound-
we had just
Ahmed is
genocided
sounding
the
like
Uchiha, and we did genocide the Uchiha. They came back, bro. Even death couldn't stop them. If it's because Itachi doing the best he could, killing all the Uchiha, he still fucking is evil. Uchiha clan, he left one, and that one ruined everything. Just like even one Uchiha poisons the whole well of humanity. Uchiha were evil.
Did
What do you mean? Sasuke helped in the final war. Okay, I'm not gonna entertain
The
Itachi
it.
final
killed-
war was against who, Kenny?
Okay, but
the
that was
Uchiha.
Alien
the
bitch?
whole reason. No,
Nah,
but
she
he
came
helped
over to
fight
kill all
against
humanity.
them, so it's not about being an Uchiha. It's about what the
Now,
Uchiha
even
became
the
at that
best
time.
Uchiha, bro, couldn't save the world from the Uchiha.
Did Itachi
He did.
kill
They-
all
they
the
saved
Uchiha
the
because
world.
he thought they were evil?
Itachi killed all the Uchiha because someone told him to because the Uchiha were evil. Yes.
It was because the
Who told
Uchiha
him?
were planning.
He just listened to him, or did he have proof?
Yeah, it was his leader. It was the FBI guy. I forget his name. He was evil too, to be fair. Not all the Uchiha are evil, but there's always a few that want revenge because they're not the top clan in the village, and they always turn all the other Uchiha against the village. That's what happens, MK.
I see.
But
I
Sasuke
see.
broke that cycle, and now we
Sasuke
have.
didn't break
I
that
haven't
cycle.
watched
Sasuke
Boruto.
has no fucking personality. Naruto broke that cycle.
Naruto helped Sasuke break that cycle.
Sasuke is the most
Naruto
flavorless
helped Sasuke
character in
break that
anime. Anyway, that's not the actual reason. I just talked about that because I thought it was funny. The actual reason that I think Tobirama is a genius is because every fucking forbidden jutsu that someone comes upon is like, this is my signature jutsu now. This is the reason I'm such a big issue in the show and you have to deal with me. Tobirama has created that jutsu. He's the one that made all these jutsus. Like fucking Rasengan, it was Tobirama. Flying Raijin, it was Tobirama. Fucking everything was Tobirama. Resurrection jutsu, which was
Rasengan was Tobirama?
wasn't it?
I actually don't even remember.
I think
He
he started
created
it,
some jutsu,
and
but I don't
fucking Fourth Hokage perfected it.
No, wait. I think Jiraiya started it, and then he trained the.
Jiraiya took it off. Jiraiya did not create it. Jiraiya took it from Fourth Hokage.
Tobirama?
No, Fourth Hokage.
No. No. No, I'm pretty sure Jiraiya knew it before Minato did.
No,
Pretty sure.
it's said in the show, bro, that Minato is the one that perfected the Rasengan.
Yeah, he perfected it because just of his genius, but he wasn't the one that created it.
Yeah, I was saying Tobirama
pretty sure.
created it.
No, I actually don't know who created it. I think it was Jiraiya, but now it could be Tobirama.
I don't remember, but I'm sure Flying Raijin, I'm sure Resurrection Jutsu.
But to your point, Tobirama did create like many jutsus.
Yeah.
A lot of people use.
I don't know, MK, if you've heard of Resurrection Jutsu. It's the reason all these dead people are coming back and are alive, and the show is such a big
According-
issue.
It's the reason
According
the fourth
to
great
Google
ninja
AI,
was not was
Yeah,
According to Google AI, the Rasengan was created by Minato Namikaze, the fourth
see, that's
Hokage
just
of
false.
Konoha.
That's just false.
Jiraiya.
I know that Minato perfected it. He wasn't the one who created it. I don't know who
He
created it.
invented the technique after observing. He invented the technique after observing the tailed beast ball. While filler episodes
See,
in
that's
the
just- it's
anime
called the
show
tailed beast
Ashura
bomb.
using a similar technique, is considered not canon, and Minato is credited with inventing the Rasengan.
I don't know if I trust AI. Also, I don't know if they're pulling
Yeah,
from
let
anime
me-
or manga.
Let me see.
Rasengan Narutopedia fandom says it was Minato.
Oh yeah,
He created it?
It was by Minato. Interesting. It was by Minato.
Alright.
Interesting.
Maybe the anime
I
and
didn't
manga are
know
different
Minato.
because I specifically remember he perfected it. He didn't create it. But anyway. Tobirama,
Oh,
genius.
Minato's kind of cool.
Kareem, what's your final pick?
So Ahmed, Kareem, who's your second pick?
My second pick is Mao Mao from the Apothecary Diaries. The reason being is because in the show there's a lot of like detective things going on, and she like helps solve a lot of mysteries and whatnot. And the way she goes about solving it is because she pieces things together very well. So
Now that you
without
said
any
detective,
spoilers.
it's reminded me. None of us have said Conan. Conan's quite the smart fella.
I haven't watched it. I don't know if he
Conan-
solves it from genius
Bro,
or something else.
Conan will see like fucking like a stain on the floor and then tell you like when this house was built. Like
Oh wow.
he will pull random ass shit together.
Smart man.
Conan is the MacGyver of clues. He will bring in random ass fucking clues and then tell you the whole story.
All right.
All right, we got
I
next
haven't
trait.
watched Conan, so I don't know. But yeah.
Next trait we got is narcissism. Who wants to go first? Me,
So I
because
wanna
I'm a
go first with
narcissist.
both picks.
Narcissism. I am.
I
Go
want to
first.
go. I want to go first with both picks.
Both picks.
My two picks, yes, for narcissism are Gojo and Sakuna.
All right, one of mine is Sakuna. I do agree.
Oh, interesting. Interesting Gojo.
I don't
Because
think
they
Gojo
both-
is a
they both-
narcissist. I don't think so. Because he actively like is looking for, he sees the best in the new generation. He can't be a narcissist. He's like, this new generation is stronger than ever. They're so cool. They're so great. No narcissist be doing that.
He was saying, I was saying, yes, he sees the good in the new generation, but he says, oh, this new generation is so cool, but they're still never going to be even close to being as good as me.
Does he
I
say
am
that?
still the best ever.
I don't know. He always says this generation is
Yeah,
the
he's the
strongest
reason.
generation ever.
Yes, not including himself, because
Yeah,
the rest of his generation brings the average down.
But even with him being, he is factually the strongest, which is why he says that. But I don't think a narcissist would have been like, oh, this is the strongest generation. They're all so good. They're all so great. I don't think a narcissist would do that.
Yeah, they and the narcissist wouldn't
but
really,
I don't.
like,
I think of him as a narcissist because whenever anybody asks him, "Hey, could you lose to this? Could you?" He doesn't even blink. He's like, "No."
Because it's factual.
am.
He's just
He's
confident.
arrogant.
That's not narcissism.
He's arrogant.
That's
He's
not
arrogant. He's not a
narcissistic.
narcissist.
And he's arrogant and he
Yes.
thinks he's the strongest. Truly. That's not being a narcissist.
Yeah, like Muhammad Salah
No,
in an interview, he goes, "Yeah, I think the Ballon d'Or. I should." He does. If he
Yeah,
thinks he should
you
win
can
the
be
Ballon d'Or,
humble
that
and
doesn't
still
mean
think you're the
he's
best. Like,
Yeah, I think.
But I
Sukuna
feel
is a really
like-
good pick. Gojo's
Sakuna
for sure.
is the
Yeah,
most
Sakuna is by
narcissist.
far is just a narcissist. He's like, I'm the strongest. I'm gonna have fun killing you because I'm the strongest. That's a narcissist. Like, all right, Kitty, what's your first pick?
My pick is Emu from One Piece, and this
Ooh,
kind of
that's a
applies
good
to
pick.
Celestial
That's a
Dragons
good
as a
pick.
whole.
It's a good left field pick.
But Emu kind of
That's
literally
a good
in the show is portrayed as someone who thinks that they are above humans and that humans are insects to him, and that he is above anything in that world. So he just, everything he does for his own leisure. They asked him, "Oh, why do you want to destroy a specific island?" He's like, "Oh, it's close by. That's why I want to destroy it." Like he doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to do whatever he wants. He doesn't care about anyone else. So my first pick for narcissism is Emu.
Nice.
That is,
Who wants to go first? Should I go a second?
I can go again.
I've already said
Like
both
a
picks.
sneak-
Oh, you said I'll go. My second narcissism pick is not an anime pick. It is the Fire Lord
Oh, interesting.
from Avatar. This guy,
Ooh.
Try not to expand too much on that.
it's pretty obvious, bro. He's just the big evil in Avatar. He's the Fire Lord. He's
This
like,
evil.
we're gonna wage war on the world. He's basically a Zionist. He's like, this world is promised to us because we're the firebenders. We're the best people around. We're better than everyone. And I'm the Fire Lord, so I'm better than all of you that are better than everyone else. We're gonna wage war. So because we are better than everyone, we should take over all their lands and take all their resources. And then
Is that why the Fire Nation wants to do all that. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
They
they're
think,
just
like, the
they're just
whole
want to
land
take over
is-
because they think they're the strongest. Because their bending
Oh,
is like hurtful by nature. And then he is like, and then they start this all propaganda. They're like, oh, we're doing this war because we're sharing our greatness with the world. That's narcissistic as fuck. And then it's kind of, I don't want to spoil too much, but then by the end of the show, he stops calling himself the Fire Lord. He's like, Fire Lord isn't even good enough for me because there's been previous Fire Lords. I'm the fucking Phoenix King now. I'm better than the Fire Lord.
Phoenix King. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He
So
does say that.
he is very narcissistic. The most in the show, even though he didn't even start this war, by the way, but he still is the worst Fire Lord. He is the most evil. There you go. All
I
right,
see.
Katie, what's your second?
My second is All for One. It's All for. I always get them mixed up. All for One,
Yep.
from My Hero. I think
It's in his name,
I mean, it's
honestly.
pretty.
So, yeah.
Yeah, literally
It's
in the
in his
name.
name. Yeah,
He's like, all
everything
for me.
is for him. Yeah, it's all for him. He just wants everything. He wants to. He's literally trying to use, as far as I know, he's trying to use Shigaraki to somehow reinvent himself in this new world as whatever. So yeah, All for One. Obvious because to I think everyone is aware of his narcissism.
True.
Yep.
Very, very good pick. Honestly, I didn't even think about that. Very good pick. All right. Our next trait is redemption. Who wants to go first?
I could go first with a very obvious pick.
Give us a very obvious pick.
The greatest redemption story in the history of media, Zuko.
That is
from
my first
Avatar.
pick.
It just
Alright,
has to.
Fantastic.
Don't spoil. Don't spoil. Don't spoil.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna spoil, but
it's
like
hard
the
to spoil,
character
but
development
hard not
of
to
that.
spoil.
He's
very
the best
briefly.
character ever written in any. Like the
Zuko's
development
whole,
of that character is insane.
I'll give you in the beginning. I won't spoil anything towards the second or third season, but in the first season, he's basically just trying to find the Avatar because he's banished from the Fire Nation for some reason. Can't tell you. And he's trying to find the Avatar to regain his honor so he can go back. And then basically Zuko's whole story is turmoil. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what good is, what bad is. He's like just conflicted the whole show. But it's such a good redemption story. And the way it like is portrayed on his visuals are so good. So good. Also, Karim, I don't know if you know this, but the whole point of his scar in visual terms is like, oh, one side is evil, one side is good, one side is redeemed, one side isn't. And it shows in the show because they show him from one side a lot when he's like doing bad shit, and then they show him from the not burned side when he's doing good shit. It's very cool.
Interesting. That's really, really, really cool, actually. And now I really want to watch Avatar.
Should.
You really should.
The movie. Oh, quick side note. The movie coming out 2026 of the Avatar gang as adults.
Very excited for
But
that.
don't go watch it. Pirate it because the voice of Aang is a Zionist. Do not watch it in theaters.
Okay.
We'll be pirating that.
Yep. None of the cast returns for the voices except Dante Bosco, the voice of Zuko, because he sounds exactly the same, and also because he is culturally and ethnically accurate. That's why they're changing all the casts so they all fit the target ethnicities of the characters, which is fair enough. Like, because they're all based on something, so they're just getting people from those cultures. It's good diversity. Except I'm a bit upset about Sokka. He's such a good voice actor, but he's just white, so he'll find another job. He's chilling. Kareem,
Wait,
what's your first
did
pick?
you both go?
Both go. Oh yeah,
Both
our
go?
first pick is Zuko.
Oh, both of you. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is Bellamy from One Piece. Okay, so
I don't know anything about Bellamy,
That's a good
so
pick.
fill us
That's
in.
a good pick. Give him a rundown. That's a good pick.
Okay, so Bellamy was serving under a warlord named Doflamingo, who's very evil, runs human slave auctions, and his whole persona, Bellamy's whole persona, was that he was trying to appeal to Doflamingo. He saw Doflamingo as some kind of like super leader-like figure, like he wants to be like him, right? Because he just saw his extravagance or whatever he saw in Doflamingo. And so with part of that, he started saying, "Oh, dreams are not like actually there. Like, there's no such thing as a sky island. If you think about the One Piece, you're stupid. These are all things that are just fairy tales, right?" And then afterwards, Luffy gave him a big smacking, and then uh, cut a little
It
bit.
was
We see
quite a big smacking.
it was quite a big smacking. Cut a little bit afterwards. He comes back. He sees Luffy again post time skip. He's like, he fights Luffy again in a tournament post time skip. And in his introduction, he's like, actually, I've been to the Sky Island. And from there, like, he starts developing a sort of separation from Doflamingo, from the ideas of Doflamingo throughout a certain arc. And eventually, it ends up with him being a part of Luffy's Grand Fleet. And so I think his entire plot line redemption arc from when he was following Doflamingo to following Luffy, he kind of like changed completely his kind of mentality on
Nice.
certain things. So I think it's pretty cool.
All right, MK, who's your second pick?
I really struggled with the second pick. I don't. I had a few in mind, but
What few
none
did you have in
really
mind?
felt
Honorable
very
mentions?
redemption to me.
Honorable mention.
I really want like on this wasn't the biggest redemption arc, but because she wasn't really bad, but she was introduced as a villain and she lived the majority of her life hiding around like shadows. Robin had quite a nice redemption.
She was really
But
evil.
Robin was always no, but Robin wasn't really. Yeah, Robin was just
Yeah,
trying
she
to
was kind
survive.
of forced.
Kind of not. The reason she was with
Yeah, she
Crocodile
wasn't
was
forced,
because
but
she
she
wasn't
was trying to survive.
original.
That's why I didn't
Yeah, I
put
don't
it.
think
That's
that's
why I didn't put it
that's
because she
just
wasn't
necessity.
evil. But she went from I'm living in the shadows. I do what I have to do to survive, even if it's hang out with like really bad people. To no, I'm standing up for people. I'm fighting for freedom. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It was good shit.
All
I
right, so
liked
what's
it.
your actual pick?
I didn't have one. I couldn't
Oh,
find.
you
a
didn't have.
second,
That's fair
one
enough. Fair
for-
enough. Some of these are tough. My second pick for redemption arc was Kratos from God of War. I don't know if you guys are aware of Kratos' story. God of
Not
War.
really, no.
So he starts off as a family man in
He
Rome,
kills all
in
the
Sparta.
gods.
I mean, yeah, he is then he almost dies to this other warlord leader guy, and then he begs Ares, the god of war, the back then god of war, to give him power to win. But then he gets power. In return, he's eternally enslaved to Ares. He kills the guy he wanted to kill, but then Ares blinds him with rage, and he has him kill his own family. So Kratos kills his wife and daughter. He then is eternally serving Ares. Then he kills Ares. Then he goes on this whole revenge thing, and he kills all the gods. And then he fucking leaves, and he goes to fucking Norse mythology. And then he has a kid. He gets a new wife. He has a kid. And then there's where his redemption starts. He stops wanting war, stops wanting to be the god of war, but he still is the god of war. Can't deny it. And basically, he's forced into waging war to save Norse mythology. And yeah, he's now a chill guy. He's a good dad. Now people actually worship him as not an evil god, and he helps out the people. Great redemption story. It's really hard to condense fucking like 6 games into a few lines. But yeah, very good story. There wasn't much of a redemption until the last 2 games. He was just an angry guy looking for revenge. But yeah, the last 2 games gave him a lot of depth. Very good redemption story.
I see.
Recommend. I recommend. All right, Kareem, what's your
I heard-
redemption pick?
Yeah, so I'll start with an honor. So I have 2 more, but I didn't know which one to go with. I guess one of them will be an honorable mention. An honorable mention is Don Quixote Mjosgard, the Celestial Dragon. He was like Emu, thinks he's above everyone else. He was part of the Holy Land of Marijua in One Piece. He then went to Fishman Island. He saw them as, he didn't even see them as being equal in terms of like them being humans. He just saw them as fish. He was like, you guys are like, get away from me. You guys are supposed to serve me. And then afterwards, cut really fast afterwards. Not really fast, but cut to the future. He stands up for the princess of Fishman Island because what happened was, okay, sorry, let me explain this again. He got shipwrecked in Fishman Island, which is 10,000 meters below the sea. He got shipwrecked. He couldn't do anything, and he was like he saw the fishermen people as beneath him, so he didn't want any interaction with them. He was like, "Help me, or I'm gonna shoot you," or stuff like that. Even
Sorry to
though
cut
he
you
was
off,
so
bro.
like,
We don't want to spend too much time on an honorable mention. We're already running over.
oh, true. Okay. Point being, he was evil, and now he's good by saving one of them. Now, my actual pick is Vegeta.
Wait, funny enough,
from
that was
Dragon
Don Quixote. You said. I think the actual Don Quixote makes it onto a bunch of people's lists. I don't know for which trait. I don't really know what his story is, but yeah, I see his name a lot in these TikToks.
Ball. Oh, hey, Don Quixote. So that's the family, Don Quixote family. He's part of the.
No, like there's an actual novel about the guy Don Quixote.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, interesting. I wonder if it takes a lot of inspiration from that. I should check that.
I know.
Interesting.
All right, what's your pick?
But yeah, my pick is Vegeta from Dragon Ball.
Okay, that's a good pick.
That's a great pick.
And
It's a great pick.
to summarize it, not to take too long, but he basically saw his entire planet get destroyed. He landed on Earth. He's part of the Saiyan race, so he just wants to take over planets. He was destroying planets along the way, gets the resources, and then afterwards he joins the Z Fighters after a fight with Goku. He softens up, and then he goes from basically not giving a shit about anyone, and he wants to become the king of the Saiyan race, to sacrificing himself in the Buu Saga for his entire family.
I just want to say, I think this is gonna be exactly Omni-Man's story. I don't.
Vegeta?
NK, have you watched Invincible?
Yeah, yeah.
This is sounding exactly like what's gonna happen with
Yeah.
Omni-Man. Down to the dot. Like everything you just said, Omni-Man's going through right now.
But I might be missing some pieces of Vegeta's story because it's been so long since I've seen the first Dragon Ball. But essentially, what happens is he goes from wanting to destroy Earth to saving it by sacrificing himself.
Mm.
That the stuff in the middle is the part of the redemption. So yeah, that he marries Bulma, he has kids on Earth and all that. Yeah.
All right,
So that's my second pick for redemption.
nice, not good pick. Our next trait
Oh.
is altruism, which is just being a hero. It's just all these TikToks use the word altruism, so we're gonna have to as well.
We all have the same pick. I'm 100%
all
I
sure.
I thought about it. I thought about it mostly as like you're not just a hero. You're just like that. That you don't have a single bad trait about you.
You're the
It's so
you're the most
You're just
selfless.
for the sake of
Yeah, you just want to
Yeah.
save everyone.
Yeah,
I have three
two
very obvious picks.
Okay, the first one.
My
okay.
first obvious pick is Gone from Hunter.
What?
Gone.
Obvious.
No, I was
Isn't
gonna- I was
God
gonna say
fucking
something
evil?
You think God
No.
is self?
Gone.
Bro,
Gon is the most
anything I
selfless
see about
character
Gon
I've ever
online is
seen.
him being a sociopath.
God is not
Bro,
selfless,
God-
brother. God is not a selfless
Gone is
person.
so selfless. What are you talking about?
Literally,
Gon
Gon,
is
the
so
way
selfless.
Gon runs
Situation.
through the bugs, killing them, no
Yeah,
remorse.
he literally just, bro. He literally.
I
bro,
haven't even
God
seen
is
this.
not
These are just
No.
talking points that other
God
people say
is-
online.
No,
Bro,
no,
the
no.
consensus online is
Even
that
with
Gon
the
is
book.
an evil murderer.
He's not that. But
even with the bugs, Gon still tries to befriend them. He still tries to talk to them. I know when they try to kill him, he kills them too. He kills them first. The only time Gon went that badly was against one bug in particular, and that's because she murdered his version of Shanks. But
Oh, spoiler.
other than that, Gon's entire
brother.
storyline is I just want to be friends with everyone and
I
let's
don't
all
think
just have fun together.
is a
And
very
we
good
can
pick
all
for
his
altruism,
entire
brother.
plotline is he wants to find his dad. That was
Yeah.
No,
that
bro,
was
that's a
the plotline.
subplot. His dad is a
No, that's not
subplot,
a
and you know
subplot,
that.
brother. It's
I
literally his
don't think-
inspiration to become a hunter.
The
No,
fact
no,
that you
no,
thought
no,
this
no.
was an obvious pick too is correct. I think MK
Yes.
is really into the Gon propaganda. The propaganda.
Yeah, wait a minute. What's the Gon agenda here, right?
Yeah.
Seen a Gon agenda
I think
in a
you
long
need to
time.
do
bro.
some research, bro. People hate Gon online.
Bro,
Gon
I honestly,
is so
I think,
selfless. He's so
I don't think he's
selfless.
selfless in the slightest.
bro,
And then
Goku's
name
the
more
fact
one
of
selfless
him
time-
than
being
Gon,
a
bro.
good person, I don't think that's even a discussion.
Goku's more selfless than Gon, and Goku's
name one
selfish.
time. Name one time Gon was selfish.
He's
Bro, in the
literally
hunt, okay.
his whole quest is
No, I was
just
gonna
doing
say-
something for himself. All the altruistic people are dedicating their lives to helping people.
Bro, if Gon was truly altruistic in the Hunter exam, the amount of people he would have helped, first of all, and that's aside from the tournament,
He
whatever
did.
happened in the tournament.
He
for
did
50
help a
team,
lot of people. He
He
did
didn't help a lot of people. No, and if
And
he
anybody
didn't help a
helped, he
lot
just
of
liked
people,
them.
it was. It's just like a like Luffy. Luffy helps people, but is Luffy altruistic? No, Luffy's not altruistic, bro. Luffy's a very selfish guy.
No,
Like, and there's a
exactly. Luffy is selfish.
selfish.
Gon is
No,
Nah.
but he's still helping
even
people doesn't
okay. So
necessarily mean
Hunter
you're
exam,
altruistic. though.
Hunter exam. Remember the bee bitch when they were gonna leave her behind, and then he went and he saved her for no reason
Okay,
other
wait.
than
I think MK
he's
will be
just a selfless
convinced
person.
by actual selfless altruistic characters when we give our picks. Karim, what's your pick?
No.
I was gonna say
Gon
All
is
Might, bro.
selfless.
All Might is
All
really
Might,
good
that
for
was one of my
criminals.
picks. All Might is easily a very good altruistic character pick. He is
same
selfless.
show,
He
Deku. I
dedicated
think
his
Deku
whole
is-
life to be a symbol of peace to protect the people. Now that's an
Deku
altruistic
is,
character.
But still,
But you're like, God, okay, I'm gonna
Gon
go
is
with my
still
second pick. My second pick is Spider-Man. Bro
I
gets
was gonna go
beaten
with
up and
Spider-Man, but
battered just to save people. Bro saw his uncle get murdered and then didn't kill the murderer like Gon did. Bro, Spider-Man dedicates his whole life and being to not even hurting fucking villains. He always
Gon didn't just kill
punches
her.
under
Gon,
so he doesn't hurt the
Gon-
villains.
Gon
Altruistic
didn't just kill
character.
her. He sacrificed his life, energy, to become strong enough to kill her. He
Bro is
had to
comparing
sacrifice a
Gon
portion of
to
himself.
Spider-Man
Yes.
and All Might.
yes, because Gon is very selfless. He is. Gon's entire character is. Let's all be friends. We can all do this together.
No,
Let's
just
all,
wanting to be
that's his
friends
entire
doesn't mean
character.
you want to save
if
everyone.
You want my honest opinion? God kind of scares me, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Gon kind of scares me. I'm not.
Gon
gonna lie.
is
He's
not
kind
altruistic,
of a
bro.
scary guy.
Spider-Man will sacrifice himself just to save a villain. Like Gon's not
Killua
about
was-
to do that.
Killua is an assassin, and he makes me more comfortable than Gon. Killua is an assassin. He's part of an assassin family, and I'm more
There's-
comfortable with.
There's this
I'm
scene
just-
in Hunter in the ant arc where one of the ants that Gon befriended is chilling with him, and Gon's like, and he's
MK
talking
is
to him,
Gon
and he's
has
like,
black friends.
wait-
Gon has black friends.
wait,
Bro,
And
Gon
Gon-
is not.
wait,
Gon
this story is
is not
actually on your side.
altruistic.
So the guy's talking to Gon, and he's like, "How do you trust me so easily? We just met." And Gon's like,
'Cause I
"You
can
seem
kill
like
your
a nice guy. I'm gonna trust you. Also, if you lie to me, I'll just kill you."
Yeah.
And then he just
Altruism,
looks
everyone.
around.
Bro is a
Altruistic
sociopath,
Gon.
bro.
He does not want to even understand the point of view of the ants at all. No, if you attack me, I'm just gonna kill you, bro. Bro, Luffy didn't even do this to Akainu, who killed Ace in front of him. Like, Luffy's selfish, by the way. I'm just okay.
I don't know.
Nah, I think MK's seen the light and he's just making fun at this point. I'm honestly excited to see MK's second pick. Because, like, if the first one is this bad, what is your second pick?
Yeah,
My
I'm curious.
second pick, I forget his name, but it's the main character from Demon Slayer.
Oh, Tanjiro?
Actually,
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Tanjiro-
That's a very good pick.
Yeah.
He's
The most
he's
boring
good.
altruistic character in anime, I think. He's literally written to be the goodest guy. Like, he has
Yeah.
no faults.
Yeah.
He's just altruistic. All right, Kenny, what's your second pick?
it's Deku from My
Deku?
Heroes. I think My
That-
Heroes
pretty
is
good.
altruistic.
Because
Pretty good.
the second most boring altruistic main
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Deku does have some. He used to in the very first seasons have some like character traits that you could point at and be like, okay, there's points for progression and improvement there. But afterwards, in the later seasons, he just
Yeah,
becomes-
the only selfish thing he's ever said was like, I
Yeah.
want to be the strongest hero, but it's like, oh, because I want to help everyone I can,
to
basically.
protect people.
But yeah, my last pick is Superman. Altruistic as fuck,
Yeah.
never kills anyone,
That's-
helps everyone. Just basic
He never
altruistic
kills
character.
anyone. Superman never killed anyone.
Like he doesn't say it as part of his shit, but he doesn't kill anyone. He'll only ever kill anyone if they're truly just evil trying to destroy the world, and there's no other way to stop them. Like I think Darkseid's the only way to kill him, the only way to stop him is to kill him, and then he comes back stronger, and he just has to keep doing it.
What about because I remember Batman had this thing where he doesn't kill Joker for a reason that
No,
is, like,
Batman isn't a good person. He says it himself. He's like, I'm not a good person. I'm evil inside. And he doesn't kill Joker. I've been seeing this thing lately, which is very cool. People are saying he can't actually kill anyone because he's traumatized by seeing his
Yeah,
parents murdered
I saw
as a
that.
kid. He can't physically kill anyone because of his trauma. And
I
like,
see.
and
So
like
it's not-
Superman fully was like, why are we not killing Joker? Like Superman was like, this guy all he does is break out and hurt people. Like, There you go. But I don't know if you've heard of the Injustice series where Superman becomes evil. It's because Joker breaks out again and kills Lois Lane, the pregnant Lois Lane, and then Superman kills Joker, and then he basically turns into a tyrant who takes over Earth and most of the world because he's like, no one's ever going to do anything I don't like again because that's just evil. And then he takes over the world basically. But that everyone says that's the worst Superman, because that's not what Superman is actually like. He's just altruistic as fuck.
I mean, he's the symbol of like heroes in general. Like, alright, like, he's the iconic hero.
Yeah. Our next trait is hard work. Who wants to go?
I could go first here.
What's the obvious one?
Okay, I'm gonna say Zoro.
There's a lot of obvious. Zoro's a pretty obvious one. Sure.
So is that
all Zoro does work out.
Is he the like epitome of hard work though? He just like sleeps half the time.
There's a lot of really good choices we can have here, but Zoro does work out like 99% of the show.
Yeah,
that's all he's doing.
Well, no, I feel like he works out half the time, sleeps half the time.
Well, if he's not working out, he's sleeping. Actually, if he's not working out, he's either sleeping or in a life-threatening fight to save his crew. It's one or the other. He's doing one of the two things.
I thought the obvious pick here, which was I couldn't figure out any other, to be honest. I only have one. I thought the obvious pick was Deku.
I have Deku. He's very hardworking.
Yeah, he's just the most hardworking. He's always behind. He got his quirk late. His body can't handle it. He's got to practice up for his quirk to not destroy his body. He's doing his best to save the world. He keeps getting power that he can't control, and it's like destroying him. So on and so forth.
I like Deku. My first pick was Deku, but my second pick was One Punch Man.
True.
Because he became who he is because he just
I agree, but I don't think you guys are MK. I don't think you understand the essence of this trait thing. So he does work very hard to become what he is, right? But he's not really the representation of hard work. That's not what the show's about, you know?
He's not like...
We never, like, other than the first 2 minutes of the show, we never talk about how hardworking he is. And while that is how he got to this power, he's not really representing hard work. Now he's just representing being strong beyond belief.
Because of hard work.
Yeah, because of hard work. I agree.
No.
Totally agree.
It's like,
but he doesn't represent hard work.
Between what he does to what he becomes is not like there's no link there. It just,
and he doesn't represent hard work any longer. I'd say Goku is way more hardworking than Saito because of how often he has to work hard to practice. You know.
I was gonna pick Ippo actually.
Fair.
Who's your pick?
Ippo from Hajime no Ippo. Yeah, he is very, very hard.
I don't know anything about this show other than that he's hardworking, so I'm inclined to agree.
He's very hardworking. He trains every day. He gets the shit beat out of him in training and matches every time, just to try to bring out the 100% he did in his training. So I think he was
good picks.
My second. I actually had 3 picks here, and I went with 2 of them. I thought. At Ippo, Goku, Zoro. So I picked Zoro and Ippo. Goku is kind of in the middle for me because Goku also has a lot of latent ability. I was trying to get characters that don't really have...
But he has to work hard to activate that.
That's true as well. He's still there, but like, I don't know. I just think...
And like, relatively, he does. But the people that Goku are fighting also have a lot of latent ability.
Yeah.
That's true as well. That's true.
All right. Our next trait is the Chosen One. I think this is a really fun one because there's a lot of Chosen One shows in fiction. Who wants to go first? Fuck it, I want to go first. My first Chosen One is Aang. I think the best thing about a Chosen One is to not want to be the Chosen One. And then to be the best Chosen One because you don't want to be the Chosen One.
By definition, Aang is the Chosen One.
Yeah, he is the Avatar. He is the last Airbender. He hates it. He hates doing it, but he's like, I gotta do it. And then he's just, in my opinion, the best Avatar. He's a pacifist, which is very hard to be when you're trying to keep the balance. When there's someone who's super evil, he doesn't kill anyone. No spoilers, Kareem. But yeah, he works it out. He finds a way, and he's just sick as fuck. Aang, represent Chosen One. All right, who's going next?
Well, my
Good
first pick was Aang as well. So
Oh, okay.
Kareem, you go with your first pick.
I love how me and MK
so-
picked Avatar whenever we could.
It's just
I
great.
have two
It's great.
picks here, but one of the picks is more so it still has to be expanded on a little in the story.
Mhm.
So that one
Mhm.
is Luffy, just because
I
we
think he
don't
is.
really know yet if
I think he's very
chosen
easily
one, but
a
there's
chosen one, bro.
and to avoid any spoilers because MK is not caught up either. I'm just gonna say this: there's a very interesting dynamic in One Piece between Luffy's wanting of freedom face the path of the chosen one. And so I'll leave it at that, but I think that it's a very interesting dynamic, so I'm unclear. But it still has to be much expanded on. Not much. It's currently being expanded on through certain things, and so we gotta learn more. So it's hard to pick him there. So I'll go with Naruto. He's obviously a chosen one. It's been said
Yep.
that he is
A
the
lot of chosen one in anime.
He's here. He's here to
There's
break the cycle. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say other than he's literally born to end the cycle of hatred.
It's very hard to have a
I haven't watched
show
Naruto, so
where the name of the show is the name of the main character and them not be the chosen one.
yeah. But yeah, the one about One Piece is more so. The interesting part is Luffy's not so much him being the chosen one as it is. I can't say things without spoiling it, so I'll just leave it at that. I'll just
All
leave
right,
it at that.
MK, what's your pick?
my first pick was Aang. My second pick is Eren Yeager.
How is he the chosen
Very
one? I'm
chosen one.
interested.
He is.
Wait,
He
he's the
is the
chosen
chosen
one?
one. He is. Yes,
I,
he's.
I guess he is.
I don't
He
remember.
has
I
power
don't remember.
thrusted upon him, but
yeah.
is he
The
really
whole
the
point of the
chosen
show is
one?
he's. Yeah, the whole point of the show is that we like, especially after the first season, the whole show becomes okay, guys. Eren, the chosen one, now has to guide us to victory, and we have to
Yeah.
work to make it. Like
I guess
there's an entire
it's
season.
a
Like,
little
okay,
weird for
guys,
me because
let's
when I
just
think
follow
chosen one,
Eren.
when I think chosen one, I think like, oh, all these like the whole world and all these like circumstances have led to this being the chosen one, or some unknown power makes you the chosen one. But
No,
this
but
is basically his
in
dad
that
made him the
light,
chosen one.
no, in that light, then
Well,
everyone is the
well,
chosen one because everything you
you
do in
haven't
life.
finished Attack on Titan.
I haven't.
Oh
True.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm just
Let's just say things change. He's
I mean,
pretty
yeah,
much the
I
chosen one.
know to a degree he becomes super hot and has this like fur coat, and I've seen that scene. I've been spoiled a little, but yeah, we'll leave it at that. Let's not spoil anymore. My
Yeah.
last
let's
pick
not spoil.
is another namesake show. Ben 10. I think he's a very good
But then is the
chosen one.
He is a great chosen one.
The
Yeah.
Omnitrix latches onto him. It wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to latch on to his grandpa because his grandpa's the best plumber or the Men in Black, basically. But then he comes across it first by accident, and his DNA was close enough that it latched onto his wrist, and he becomes the hero that the world didn't know they needed. He loved being a hero, but he was selfish. He learns to not be selfish, learns how to fit the chosen one. And then the guy who made the Omnitrix, Asimov, Azimuth. Asimov is the robot guy. Azimuth. He's like, damn, I thought we were supposed to take it off you, but you're such a good user of the Omnitrix. I'm gonna leave it on you. You're the chosen one now. And that's it. Good chosen one. All right. Next trait.
I will say one thing though. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna expand on the Luffy point. There is something I could say that's not a spoiler though. So with Luffy, it's more so his fruit chose him, and so he says like everything he does is something he wants to do, but everyone is like all the higher ups are
But
in the
his
know.
fruit.
Oh,
No, go.
But his fruit didn't really choose him. He stole it from Shanks.
He stole it from Shanks, but there's a reason Shanks had the fruit, and there's a reason Shanks was in the village with the fruit. Now, the higher ups in the government know the no, and so they're afraid of him being the catalyst for that change. But Luffy himself doesn't give a fuck about any of that. That's the dynamic that's going on. But that's
I feel.
I think this part is one of the better written parts of One Piece, in my opinion. But I don't want to spoil nothing. All right, next trait is justice. I really struggled with this one because I really found it hard to pick a character that's for justice, but also not for capitalism. Like
Oh wait, I don't have one for
So,
justice.
justice.
I
is
have-
very tough.
Let me try to think. Let me try to
this
think
is
of one.
this is we can openly talk about mine because
Yeah.
I have three three answers for justice.
I have three
and
answers, one of which is cool and okay, but it's a repeat. One of which is lame. One of which is not a great pick.
All my three ones are only. I think only one of them is not debatable. The other two are incredibly debatable,
Give us your
and they're all
non-debatable
One
one.
Piece.
Okay.
Garp.
Garp.
He just is justice.
Garp
Yeah.
is, but
Even
I mean-
even if he's fighting a pirate, if the pirate isn't a bad guy, he lets it go. Like he's just
Okay.
He's just justice.
I can
That is
stand by
Garp.
that.
That is his
yeah,
entire.
Garb's justice. Yeah, that's actually interesting.
The,
actually.
the most debatable one, but it's the first one that I
Wait, let me
wrote.
pick one. Let me pick
And
one.
I feel like sure.
So my lamest one.
I'm gonna get
which
yelled
is-
at when I say mine.
Oh wow. Okay, my lamest one, but it's probably the best fitting one. It's so lame. I can't even believe I'm about to say this. It's Robin Hood. Steals from the rich,
Oh.
gives to the poor. It is what it is. It's the best fitting one. So I had to pick
Yeah,
it, but it's not a
sure.
cool one. All right, MK, you give us what you got. What are you getting yelled at for?
I'm getting yelled at for Akainu.
Akainu. Akainu.
No, I see what
That's
you're
not
trying to
no
say
no.
with
See,
this.
that's
Because-
actually
No, hold
MK,
on,
wait,
hold on.
before you go, I've seen a bunch of these videos, and there's another trait that I didn't pick, and it's called false justice, and everyone's picking Akainu. So
Yes,
this is
yes.
Hold on,
If
hold
there-
on.
such a good.
So
if there was a false justice thing, I picked that. But the reason I picked Akainu is because he is brainwashed, or I don't know how it happened, but he's brainwashed into thinking that this is justice. But he so wholeheartedly believes it, and he no one will move an inch from this justice. That is his entire persona.
but that isn't
So he
justice.
just
Though, that's the point.
embodies.
No,
It is.
I
It
get
is.
what, I get
yes.
what you mean.
But in his head,
Because-
in his perspective, this is justice.
Yeah, but it's
we
not
know
about what you're
from-
doing in
because
your
we're-
head.
we
I'm
are.
sure fucking Zionists think they're right in their head. It doesn't mean they are.
Yes. But we see that because we're looking from a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
In his universe, in his
Yeah.
head, he's just
I
like
see.
this is. So he is justice.
In his head, but
He is-
in the real world, he's the trait of delusion.
Yes.
He's not of justice.
You know how
The
Luffy
perfect
is
way to say it is false
completely-
justice.
False justice,
but it is. Yeah.
You know how Luffy's completely pure towards freedom? Akainu's completely pure towards his what is justice in what's said in the world. Like if you deviate away from any of the law, he doesn't give a fuck. But the
You
way
are a
Akainu
pirate.
does things is
I will end you. You are a pirate. Doesn't.
yeah, there's
you
no
are dead.
context. There's no such thing as
Yeah.
context for him.
All right. My
Actually, then I'll
next pick.
pick a character that I think. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, then I'll go with Fujitora. Then I think Fujitora is actually a great.
I don't know who that is.
Fujitora is a great pick.
He is a
You wouldn't
blind
know.
admiral in One Piece. He's a blind admiral in One Piece, and his motto, his type of justice, is in the show called blind justice, where he doesn't care what you are; it's what you do. That is his whole thing.
Okay.
That's why.
Basically, what justice is.
So everything he just judges is not based on who you. He doesn't care about anything of what happened with you or who you are or whatever. It's what
He
did you
was
do at
he
that
was
point?
sent to stop Luffy after Luffy beat the Flamingo, and then he was just like, "Nah, I'm gonna let him go. This guy's cool."
and he took it upon himself to blame the Navy because the Navy didn't put us had a system that caused this in the first place. The Navy wanted to put the blame on someone else and not themselves.
Yeah, I
He's
find
like,
it
"No,
that if
we're
you're for
supposed to do
justice, you're against the system. It's really hard to find someone that's for justice that's for the system.
Oh, he's very much against the system.
Yeah,
He's actually
speaking of against
beefing
the
with
system,
Akainu.
My next pick, Silas. Again, he's for justice. He wants justice for mages. The issue here is that the means don't just the cause doesn't justify the means, and he's just fine killing anyone that just
Is Silas?
Yeah.
Where's Silas from origin? Is he Damashi?
he's from Damacia, yeah. So he's
And
born
so,
into
does he
this.
kill only in Damacia, or
He
like, is
kills
his whole
anyone
story
that is Damacian army. He don't give a fuck.
even if
The thing is,
regardless
he
of-
doesn't just kill anyone that's Damacian military. He wants to kill everyone that's Demacian military.
Regardless of,
He's like, if you've ever
in
been
context.
part of the system, you deserve death.
So he's a kind.
He takes it a
Okay,
little
yeah.
far. Yeah, well, he's not fully. He's
Yeah.
he's kind of just out for revenge at this point.
Vengeance. Okay, I see. It's
Yeah,
like-
he really just doesn't care. He's not going to save anyone that he could have saved. If you're wearing the uniform, he's probably just going to kill you. I'm going to go into my last pick, which is just Silas times 100, Magneto from X-Men. Instead of mages, say
recently
mutants,
told
Justice.
and instead of Demacians, military, say humans.
Justice for Magneto's wild, bro. Like Magneto's he's so.
Well, here's
like,
the thing, right?
everybody who
here's the
isn't
thing
me
with Magneto.
dies.
No. That's not what Magneto stands for. I don't know if you've seen the recent X-Men 97. I'm talking about that Magneto specifically. So in that show, Magneto becomes the leader of the X-Men because Xavier's like, Xavier dies. And then he's like, I'm going to leave the X-Men to Magneto because I'm sure he will he's such a good guy. I believe inside him that he's going to do my wishes. And he actually does. He stops fucking all the evil shit, which is just killing humans for no reason. And he leads the X-Men. And then he fucking tries to like start fucking like peace relations with humans. And he makes a country called Krakoa for the X-Men to live in, so they're just far away from humans, so humans can just fucking leave them alone. Magneto, at his core, just wants the fucking mutants to live life. But then there's always the fucking humans who don't want them to live far away peacefully. They always want to start shit. So he's like, okay, you're going to start shit. I'm going to destroy the world. We're all going to die. That's always what Magneto goes to. He never tries to do anything. He's always like, I'm going to destroy the world because you won't leave us live alone. And because his magnetic powers, he can reverse the polarity of Earth or whatever and actually destroy it. He just chooses not to most of the time. But then he chooses to, and then the X-Men have to turn against him and stop him because, like, bro, you're going to kill all of us. This isn't productive. So, yeah, Magneto in the beginning really wants justice, just wants equality for the mutants. He loses the plot halfway through, though. I'm going to say because he's a, what's it called? A Holocaust survivor, and he's a bit, a PTSD'd out, so he loses the plot. But yeah, he's a good guy on the inside. Is that all our justice picks?
I assume so.
I don't
Alright.
have
On to our last guy.
I never had a justice pick. I just thought of one.
You came up with one pretty good on the spot. Our last category is friendship. I only have friendship. We're not picking just one person. We're picking a duo or a group. I only have one, so I'm gonna leave mine until MK says his first pick. You have multiple.
My first pick, I do have to pick.
Okay.
My first pick is Gon and Killua. Their
I think MK is a
friendship
bit
is
blinded by his love for Hunter. No, that's a good pick though.
Yeah, hold on.
Gon and Killua.
Was it the video? Was it the video? Was it the video? Just be honest.
No,
Was
no,
it the video
no,
we
no,
watched
no.
that reignited your love for okay, because
little bit,
Interesting.
but
Gon
still,
and
like Gon and
Killua.
Killua are great friends. They just are like
They
they're
are.
Yeah. I agree.
like especially from Killua's perspective, because he was kind of enslaved by his family his entire life. He now has a friend, so it's nice, it's cute. I don't know. I like
actually,
their
I just came up with another pick on the spot. So yeah, I'll say it after. Oh, I'll just say it now.
Kareem, what's
I
your
think it's Shikamaru and Naruto.
that's so wholesome. That just like made me feel fuzzy because their friendship is pretty cool.
He was the only one. Well, I think it's just honestly up to good parenting. Shikamaru's got the only good dad in anime. Shikamaru was like, "Hey, yo, dad, why is everyone treating this kid so badly? What'd he do?" And then he's like, "He didn't actually do anything, bro. Treat him how you would like to be treated." And then Shikamaru is friends with him, and they're pretty good friends. And then when what's his face? When what was the guy? The big guy. Naruto's teacher guy.
Which one? Iruka or
No, the other guy, the main
Jiraiya?
guy. Yeah, when Jiraiya dies,
Jiraiya?
and Naruto's all depressed in his house, and Shikamaru shows up with the buddies, and they cheer him up. That's one of my favorite scenes in Naruto. So yeah, good friend.
And it's because Shikamaru knows Naruto's pain because just previously his
Asuma dies.
mentor died.
Yeah.
Asuma, yeah.
Asuna? I don't
So
know.
it's like Shikamaru and Naruto's bro.
Best
Sasuke
written
ruined
character in the
everything,
show,
bro.
easily. Oh, Sasuke sucks ass. They
Shikamaru,
do not have a good friendship.
yeah, and Sasuke like
Even to
that
this
whole
day, when they're
Sasuke,
adults, bro, they're so awkward hanging out with each other. It's like so awkward. I think it's just Sasuke's fucking like, he's so autistic, bro. He cannot speak to a person normally. Like, do you see how he treats his wife? Like, he doesn't talk
actually, I
to her,
haven't
bro.
watched Boruto.
I don't know if
I
you
don't know
guys
what
know the
happens in
meme
Boruto.
of he didn't even like sleep with her to have their kid. He just sent her a letter with a picture of him and a sperm sample. And he's like, make us a kid, call it Sarda. Like, there you go. All right, Kenny, what's your pick?
So I have a very boring pick. So I
All
was
right,
trying
tell
to think
us.
of something that's not boring.
Is
but
it
I was gonna
Luffy
say the
Zoro?
Straw Hats.
Yeah, bro, lame as fuck.
No,
We're
this is
moving on.
Straw
We're not even talking about it. Moving on. MK, what's your
The
second
Straw
pick?
Hats are good friends.
MK, what's your second pick?
My second pick is one of my favorite friendship dynamics seen. And
I
I
think
did
our
try to go
second
for
pick is
an
the same, by the way.
again. I went for Aang and Toph.
Oh,
I
okay.
love their friendship.
Never
so
mind.
much.
It's not the same pick. That's a very good pick.
I love their dynamic so much. It's one of the best things about Avatar, and I don't know. They're great. They bring out the best in each other. You could honestly pick any two from the core four.
I would
Avatar,
argue
but I
that
picked
Aang and
Toph.
Zuko are a more interesting friendship.
Yeah, but Aang and Zuko are like I wouldn't. They're like like they start off as enemies and then they become friends and blah blah blah.
They
But
become very
Aang and
good
Toph are
friends.
just
Also,
they're just
in the comics, their friendship is a big like point in the first few comics. It's a really good story where basically Zuko's like, "Hey, Aang, if I ever start being evil, fucking kill me." And then Aang is like, "Yo, I don't even kill people at all, let alone one of my best friends." But then Zuko does something that is seen as evil in the beginning, and then Aang has to like inner battle with having to kill him. It's a really good story. I'm just saying you should read it. But yeah, Toph and Aang very good friendship. Yeah,
it's because they were both kids and they were on the same age and they just wanted to have fun and play
True.
around. It was fun.
Also,
It was
in
good time.
Korra, terrible show. Don't watch it. Toph is still alive, and when she meets Korra, she's like, "Wow, I could still feel Aang in you." He's like, "Your twinkle toes transcend lifetimes," and she could still tell it like Aang's in there because she just feels their footsteps. He doesn't see them. She's blind. Also,
Wow,
just want to say the live action ruined Toph. Sucks ass.
Then the live action ruined a lot.
Toph isn't even in the live action yet.
No, we've seen bits of the new season.
Oh, okay.
There's a season 2.
They were like, we're not gonna make her a tomboy anymore. That's like literally her whole character.
Why
like,
are they changing things? I don't understand.
It's just terrible, bro. I don't know, and I think
Like,
people are
why
turning
deviate
around because
from the
I saw the announcement on TikTok or whatever, and half the comments were hating, which I'm happy about. It's a terrible show.
If the reason the show is what it is because of the original source material, why change it into something that, and most of the time, it's always worse when they.
The issue is, I think there's no reason for the show to exist because, like, if you're just retelling the exact story in live action, then what's the point? But if you deviate at all from the story, you ruin it. So there's no reason to ever have a live action version of the show.
Hold on, like I'm interested in live action, even if it follows a story. Like in the manga, I read manga and I watch the anime of the episode. I'm still interested. Like there are specific anime episodes. Like I watch the anime.
No, but like no. But here's the thing: you're talking about manga to anime. There is a reason for the anime to exist for it to be animated. But from anime to live action, what's the actual reason? What do you gain if it's the same exact story?
It's cool seeing it in real life because, like, for
I don't think. Really it's cool. Like, is gaining something. Like there has to be some value.
I'm entertained.
Just rewatch the anime. You'll be entertained. It's the same thing.
No, I can rewatch it, but it's not the same feeling as when I watch it.
You know what? This is a great topic for next episode. But do we have any more? My last friendship pick is the Promised Neverland trio.
That's a good pick.
I think they balance each out very well. They all want different things, but they all
Except
I'm nodding, but I haven't even watched it. I don't know.
I hate her.
I hate her, but I think
I like
she
I like the
grounds the other
pressure
two.
over the two boys.
I think she grounds the other two because if the L kid, I forget his name, if he was left to his devices, he would be a sociopath. But I think he learns empathy. I think he learns reasonable empathy through unreasonable empathy of hers. Like, so I think they all
Maybe, yeah,
balance
I guess.
each other out very well, which is why I like the group. There, you got the leader, you got the empathetic bitch, you got the real smart kid who's like a loner. The leader helps them communicate. The empathetic bitch learns to be smart, and the smart kid learns to be empathetic. I think it's a very good dynamic. Very cool show.
So they're like improving each other's faults, basically.
Absolutely. And helping each other. They're like, each of them has a goal which they all like kind of agree on, but they all want to do it differently. And they all basically let it go and do what the girl wants, but through the smart ways of the smart boy. And that's all I'll say to not spoil the show for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's not mainstream enough to just be talking about what happens in it.
Yeah.
Any other picks?
That's it.
That's it.
I think the most picked animes were One Piece, definitely. Naruto had quite a few shouts.
I think One Piece
Surprisingly,
absolutely. Naruto and Avatar tied, I think.
Yeah,
My Hero had a lot of-
My Hero is after that, I think.
Surprisingly, Promised Neverland had quite a few shots.
It did. It had like at least 3.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan had a lot too, actually.
Attack on Titan did have a lot.
What's it called? JJK had a couple.
JJK had a couple.
JJK had a couple.
JJK
Dragon Ball had quite a few.
Dragon Ball had a few.
Vegeta and Goku, yeah.
That was a fun thing. Maybe we'll do more traits later. There's a lot more. They become a little obscure, but there's still a lot more.
I really like Vengeance, Optimism, Acceptance.
Ooh, Vengeance.
Yeah, these
is
are
a
good ones.
I like
These are good ones.
Vengeance, I have a character.
I don't spoil it out. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil
Yeah,
it.
no.
Do it
no,
next
no
time.
spoilers.
Let us know if you guys.
Tragic
let us
Hero.
know if
Well,
you
I
guys
have
agree with our
Tragic Hero.
picks.
Tragic Hero is gonna be really cool. Next time.
Let us know if you guys agree with our picks.
Share.
And what you would have picked. Thank you for watching.
Like, share, subscribe, comment, follow. I will link the TikTok in the description where we do the trend with these traits. Go watch and like that too. Thanks for watching.
Yep. And the YouTube shorts. Yep. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Oh, the thumbs up.